What's up, YouTube? So, in this video, I'm going to be talking about Rashan Gary, um, defensive tackle or edge, depending on your preference, out of Michigan. Um, First of all, this guy is extremely athletic. Let's get that right out of the way. Um, he's he's pretty fast for a defensive lineman. He's explosive. He he does show some bend coming off the edge, but not a whole lot, and it's not very consistent. Some people are trying to paint him as an edge player. I think that has a lot to do with his size, because he's about 6'4" ish, 6'4", 6'5", and he's under 280 pounds. So I do understand why people are wanting to put him at edge. Um, I'm not necessarily one of those people. I mean, he can play edge. He definitely has the athleticism. I just wish that he had a little bit more bend if he was going to be an edge rusher. Um, Personally, I'd rather line him up at three tech, put him in B gap, and just let him use his athleticism and just try to beat the guard. Kind of similar to my opinions on Ed Oliver, actually. Um, Not trying to compare, but uh, I think that he needs to be a little bit better with his hands. Meaning, I think he needs to get more consistent about getting his hands inside the offensive lineman's chest and moving them. And I also think that he needs to win the hand fight a little bit more, meaning that he needs to be able to swat an offensive lineman, swat offensive lineman's hands down and get past him, because he does do it sometimes, but a lot of times if an offensive lineman gets their hands inside on him, the play's kind of over for him, unfortunately, and that's something I'd like to see him work on a little bit. Um, I do like him a lot, though. I think I actually like him a little bit better than Ed Oliver. Um, like I said, I do think he can play three tech. I just would. I mean, edge rusher, but I'd rather him play three tech. Um, he doesn't consistently rush with a plan either, which I'm not really a big fan of. Um, I kind of want you to have a plan and a backup plan on any given play. Like if because his main move is to just be more athletic than the offensive lineman, just try to run past him with his speed and power. But if that doesn't work, if the offensive lineman catches up to him, I would love to see him implement like a spin move or something. If he's going to be rushing to the outside, try to spin back inside suddenly and get to the quarterback. But he doesn't necessarily seem to have any kind of plans like that. Um, yeah, like I said, he doesn't necessarily have a plan, but he does have tenacity. That's for sure. Um, when he does get caught up on an offensive lineman, he doesn't just stop. I mean, he doesn't always get past the offensive lineman, but he will continue to fight for the whole play. You don't see him giving up on plays. He keeps fighting until the very end, whether he wins or loses the engagement. Um, I think he's very reactionary, meaning that he doesn't necessarily read his keys all that well, like given on like pitch plays or screens, anything like that. He doesn't necessarily read his keys all that well, but he does react very well. He has very good reaction time, and he trusts his instincts usually, and it usually bodes well for him. I do like Rashan Gary a lot. Um, as far as because I know this is going to get brought up as him being a 3-4 defensive end. I'm not certain that I would love him at that position. I do think he'd be okay at it. But for a 3-4 defensive end, in my opinion, the main two traits are you need to be really good with your hands to get off blocks, and I need your awareness to be very good to be able to read the run and see where the running back is going. And I don't think that's really his game. Personally, I like him as a 3 tech and a 4-3 scheme. I mean, you can put him at edge a little bit. Like, I don't mind you putting him at edge on a couple plays, but I wouldn't start him at edge. Maybe move him out there in like a rotation type of set just to keep the offense on its toes. Kind of like the Texans do a little bit with J.J. Watt. Not comparing the two, but I'm just saying. Now, a lot of people are talking about him as a linebacker. And I'm not talking about a I'm not just talking about a 3-4 edge rushing linebacker. I'm talking about linebacker, like a Sam, Mike, or Will. I'm going to nip that in the bud right now. I don't want to see him at linebacker at all. I think he needs to have his hand in the dirt. I mean, he could have some success as a 3-4 pass rushing linebacker, I guess. It's not my preferred position for him. But as like a linebacker, no. I definitely wouldn't do that. I don't want him necessarily covering people. I don't necessarily want him standing up and reading plays, because that's really just not his game. I want him closer to the line of scrimmage. I want him at 3 tech, just be more athletic than pretty much any guard in this league. That's where I want to see him. But anyway, that's all I got for this video. If you liked it, hit the like button. If you have any questions or comments, leave it in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.